Cheers, queers! What's on the big gay agenda today, Theora?
Today, we're here to talk about all things Somewhere Somehow, the series.
Woo! Oh, we're so excited to talk about Somewhere Somehow.
Yes, we are. So this will unfortunately not be a scene-by-scene breakdown. This will be an episode dedicated to why we love the series and why our listeners love the series. So thank you in advance to everybody that wrote in and answered the call on social media. We'll be reading out your responses to why you love this show. Just a disclaimer, we will solely be talking about the series created by Adult Factory. We will not be talking about the novels. If you're looking for novel stuff, we have 2 episodes dedicated to each novel separately. So if you want to go learn about the novel or like get our take on it, or you don't have time to read it, go watch those episodes because we go through the entirety of the novels. So it's basically an audiobook with commentary. So have fun over there.
It really is.
It really, really is. If you want more content from us about the series, we did react to the entirety of Somewhere Somehow. There are select episodes in highlight reel format on YouTube, and every single episode, including our finale live stream party with our Patreon members, and those are all over on Patreon. So for $5, you get access to all of that ad-free in their full-length glory.
Yeah, it's a fun time. Go join, and you'll never know when we're going to do another live stream. So,
well, we'll announce them on social media because we don't know either. So, all right. So, are you ready to get into why you loved Somewhere Somehow?
Yes, because there's so many reasons.
Okay, where do you want to start?
Just that, I guess the production in general.
Yeah.
I think.
Good job, Idol Factory.
Yes.
Basically, they did an excellent job.
The books, we're not going to talk about the books themselves,
No.
but like the books themselves were very, very well done, and
correct.
We were very not worried. Like we were looking forward to hopefully seeing a more one-to-one adaptation of it as much as you can with a TV show, and they really did nail the source material.
Correct.
Like the heart of the story.
Yes.
And I just, sorry, the production was just so
it was beautiful.
Well done. Everyone who worked on that show brought their A game. The acting was phenomenal.
The casting was absolutely perfect. Like after reading it and realizing who they cast, literally perfect casting. FayMay as Pheem and Key, perfect. Looknum as Pock.
Pock was made for Looknum.
Beyond perfect. I swear to God that Monma, when she writes her sidekicks, has a picture of Looknum in the writing room, and she's like, you. Like, I swear that's who she's envisioning when she writes these characters, because she's the perfect actress for those characters, and I knew she was going to be perfect, and she did not disappoint one bit, and neither did Faye and May. Honestly, like, Faye is perfect for Key.
Yes.
Like, so perfect. And then my thing that I loved about the series in particular is May's portrayal of Pheem and how Idol Factory wrote Pheem, because honestly, I prefer their version of Pheem. Like, I think they did a good job of humanizing Pheem a lot and making her really, making you empathize with her a lot more. Not that Monma's version is not empathetic. It's just that she's not the main point of view character in the first book. And so it's harder to empathize with her because you're in Child Key's brain. But in the series, I think they did a good job from childhood to adulthood to like give us enough time with Pheem and let May really show you what Pheem is feeling all the time, that I think it was easier to connect with Pheem as a person and not just see her as this like ticking time bomb all the time.
Yes. Yeah, it was definitely.
No, she did it. I love her portrayal of Pheem. That was probably my favorite thing in the adaptation, because like I knew Faye was going to be perfect for Key, and then I knew Lucknum was going to be perfect for Pop, but like she elevated Pheem for me. She did better, I think. Great job.
Just when I think about Somewhere Somehow, I become speechless, because that's just how good it is.
It's so good.
Because I'm just going through everything that I love about the show, and like that's what we're here to do, but I just like it keeps jumping because I'm like, oh, I love that, but that makes me think of this, but sticking with the production for now, they filmed in Japan.
Yes.
And I believe they had like 10 days to film.
Yes.
And it looks like it was raining that entire time.
The whole time.
So difficult to film in the rain. Like that whole production is a trooper.
Seriously. No, they made it work. Like all those like clear umbrellas and stuff. Like they just had to deal with that weather. And it was great. Like it was like that must have been awful to get there and be like, well shit. It's raining the whole like 9 out of 10 days. We're only here for 10 days. They made that work. That must have been a nightmare. But like the final product was flawless, honestly.
Yeah, they truly, truly nailed it.
No, and they made it work where like then they're like, oh, then they have to like Pheem and Key have to share an umbrella. Like they incorporated it. They must have been doing like screenwriting edits because they're like, fuck, it's raining. But then they like incorporated it into the show and like gave us moments out of it. So like they made lemonade out of lemons kind of situation. And that just goes to show you how good the whole team was for this series, that they were able to take what's not ideal for filming and they made the most out of it and like incorporated it and made cute moments out of it into the final script. So like well played. That's like hats off to everybody. That must have been terrible, but they did a great job.
Mm-hmm. The editing was great.
So good.
The coloring.
Yes.
It was definitely distinct to them. And
yes.
Oh, it's just visually stunning.
It's a beautiful show.
Visually, yeah.
Good soundtrack.
They use the cursed house.
Yeah, the affair house showed up again, which makes sense because Pheem and her father, which when we read the novel, we're like, this has to take place there because like this family is fraught with issues. And of course that's where it took place.
But I love that they gave us that other shot of the house. Well, in 2 shots. First of all, they gave us like literally the entire aerial view of the house where I'm like, damn, that is a big house.
Well, yes.
But also that like top down shot of the whole floor, that was really cool to see.
Yeah, so you got more angles of the affair. As we're just calling it, it's always going to be the affair house.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was really good. And yeah. What else do I talk about?
You want to get into the characters themselves? So let's start with our little Key.
Little baby Key. Like I said, Faye was perfect to play Key. Like absolutely perfect. She nailed how much of a dork Key is. Like Key is this like stoic character that everybody like is into, but then like she's a huge dork though. And like
she's such a dork.
She's such a dork. Like I love that she did finger guns. She did all these things to just make Key show you how dorky Key is. And that's one of the things I love about Key. She's so dorky. I love her.
And the way that Faye played her, like her facial expressions were spot on,
perfect, so perfect. So perfect.
I could watch her. She embodied
Key. She was Key. It was so good. It blows my mind how good that the casting was absolutely perfect.
Like
she was perfect for Key.
Angry Key too. Like on the train when Tan and
Pheem are sitting together.
Yeah. And Key's just like, kill that dude. I'm gonna kill him. He doesn't say that. You can see it in her face, and like she's getting angry, and then Pac has to like hold her back. That was, and then the wasabi scene of eating the wasabi.
Okay, first of all, I love the way that was done, where they made it like a video game, like they're doing Mortal Kombat, where they keep doing round 2, like that was really funny. The way Idol Factory made it funnier than it is. Yeah, like that was really clever. I loved that scene. That was really funny.
Yeah, the things Idol Factory added really did add to the either humor or story itself. Nothing subtracted from it.
Yeah, we'll do a whole section of like the things they added from the novel that were all because they're all good. Yeah, that the way they edited that was funny. Yeah, I loved her as Key, and then I loved the casting characterization of Key's family was also. I mean, first of all, okay. Well, a thing that they added, this is related to Key. First of all, I did not expect the show to start with Key's birth.
Oh my god, yeah.
That was insane and really fucking funny. Like they set the tone immediately to be like, this is unserious. And
Don't take it serious.
Key is ridiculous. Just from the very beginning, their protagonist is ridiculous. She is. Key's birth, hilarious. What an opening scene.
I want to know whose idea
Who
that
came
was.
up with that? Yeah, seriously, that was a show thing. Who did that? That was really funny to start with Key's birth. So funny.
Yeah, I have that like beginning scream ingrained in my
Yes,
brain.
right.
Episodes together.
Hilarious. But yeah, no, that was really funny because like I wasn't expecting the series also to start with Key's family. So that was it went from that ridiculous scene into Key's family, and you get an intro into all of them. And like her grandmother was just again this like imposing figure, but that is a giant dork, just like like the way they like because in the novel you hear that they're similar, but like they really showed you that her grandmother's just as dorky as she is. Like it was so funny.
I think her grandmother might be one of my favorite characters.
So good. I love her whole family.
Her whole family really is. All the characters are except Herpes.
Except Herpes. We'll get to Herpes. But
Yes.
Ugh, Herpes. Yeah. Is Poon, if you didn't know.
Oh yeah,
That's Herpes.
his name's just Herpes.
This actor, for some reason, Idol Factory has typecast him as the human embodiment of a sexually transmitted infection, aka herpes, because he was Kua in the Loyal Bin. That's just who
poor
he is.
Victor
This poor actor
doesn't get.
He's typecast as herpes.
Victor needs a story where he's actually the hero.
Right, or just like not the world's worst human.
Yeah, like at least decency. Give him substance.
He could have been tan, but Hang did a great job as tan.
He did.
It's great.
He was perfect as well.
Perfect as well, yeah. Anyway, Key's family, absolutely perfect. Absolutely love them. And then I guess Pocky Gang is next. If we had to move on talking about characters.
Yeah,
Pock and Pocky Gang.
Seeing them when they were younger
Very
was really
cute.
fun.
Very
and
cute.
Just that whole moment. I'm glad that we got. I mean, I'm just glad we got like the Pocky Gang in general.
Well, it's not somewhere somehow without the Pocky Gang.
Yeah.
That is essential. That's what I like about the story period is that their friendship is it's a pillar of the actual story. If you were to remove that friendship, the story doesn't work. It's because of Pock and Key's unbreakable friendship that like everything happens, basically. Everything.
Yeah, everything. Literally, because Key and Pheem would not be together.
Correct. Like literally the story happens because of their friendship. And like that's one of the things I think that separates somewhere somehow as a story from most television shows, not just Thai girl love shows, most television shows, because that friendship is the story. It's not just like the side like Pock's not a side character who just supports Key all the time. Like yeah, she does fill that role, but like they're like without Pock, who is Key?
Yeah, seriously.
Like, who is Key, really? Like, their codependence is a central part of the story.
Honestly, their relationship probably is the most important.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, Pheem and Key is extremely important, but like, you can't. That's what I'm saying. Like most like romance-centered stories, like if you were to remove the side characters, like not much would really change. But in somewhere somehow, if you were to remove Pock, there is no Key and Pheem because Pock was the one that like supported Key through all of that when Key wasn't like didn't have the social skills to do it. So like Key needed Pock to like evolve as a human being so that she could be Pheem's partner. Because without Pock, it doesn't happen. That's what I mean. Like their codependence is a huge part of the story.
Yes,
it doesn't work. So, and that I think separates the story from a lot of stories, period. And especially in the Thai girl love genre, because usually the side characters are not a pillar. I would say maybe Queendom is an exception, but like potentially the side bitches are extremely important for that story, but they're also like they work together and it's not like a friendship thing, but like you need the managers, but like
you can take them out and
I don't know because they needed them to get through the body swap stuff. Yeah. Like I feel like they're an integral part of the plot. It's not just like they're kind of there. Because like if you go to Gap, if you were to remove the friend groups,
If you remove
story-
everybody else,
the story does not change. That's my point. If you were to like go to like a fair, they even have friends. Like in some stories, they don't even have friends. If you go to Pluto and you remove all the friends, the story doesn't really change too much. Like if you were to remove Pang, Jan, and Officer Hottie, it really doesn't change that much. That's what I mean. Like they're there, but they're not like you take if you take Pac out of the story isn't the same. It's not the story anymore.
nope.
So I think that made this a unique story, and that's one of the reasons I love it, because it had that element is different, and it enhances it. It makes it more. It made Pac her own person. It made Pac like so important, and I like that. And also like the way Pac gets integrated and becomes really important to Pheem and Key. Like Pheem also bonds with Pac, and they showed us a lot of moments in the series that I liked, where it was just the two of them having conversations and like having fun. So it wasn't this like animosity, like get away from my girlfriend, I'm jealous of you, which
Yes.
it easily could have been. It wasn't. Pheem was very much understanding of like that is Key's codependent best friend, and that's all they are. We can all be friends. And I like that about this.
They all
story.
respected each other.
Correct. They were goofy and made fun of each other, but like yes, there's mutual love and respect at the heart of it.
And I think it was just such a great thing to see, because we need like representation isn't the right word, but just like the storylines where it is a healthy relationship with not being jealous of like, oh, you're now dating my friend, you're taking her away from me.
Right.
Pac's literally shoving Key at Pheem.
Right, constantly. Yeah.
He's like, can you please get together? Cannot get injured anymore. I cannot be any more fake injured.
Right. Oh my god. Yeah, Pac threw herself on the ground. It was like, my arm, and like, my god. What an idiot.
Then shows up the next day. Oh, you guys talk? Cool. I can take this off.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Pac. Pac's
Yes.
my favorite.
Pac is Caitlin's favorite. Why is Pac your favorite?
Pac is my favorite one because, I mean, I love Pocky. I love Pheem too. I do love Pheem.
Yes.
I love everybody. It's hard. Pac is just off the walls, man. Like you never know what Pac's gonna do.
You do not.
And
Pac is unpredictable. She's a chaos demon.
she's hilarious, but she is truly a ride or die. Like
Yeah,
she
very
cares
loyal.
deeply for Key. She cares deeply for Pheem.
Yeah, no, that's what I like about Pac. It's not also, and they made a good point in the series of showing that Pac loves Pheem too. It's not just Key, and it's the way that Pheem is not like, oh, Pac is this person in the way of me and Key spending more time together. She respects Pac. It goes back and forth. Or Pac also respects Pheem and is a ride or die for Pheem as well. So they form like that's what I mean. Like why Pac is so important, and I like that because together they're a little their own little family, the three of them. And like I like that Tan kind of gets incorporated into that, but like really like Pheem, Pac, and Key make their own little friend unit. Because at the end of the day, like all three of them are friends with each other. And I think that's why it's such everybody has a healthy relationship because they're friends, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It wasn't just like you're here because you're dating my friend. It's like no, they were like friends with each other, like all of them, which I like.
Yeah, I do too. I think it was just such a great dynamic between everybody.
Yeah, and like it's a very Monma thing because if you watch the Loyal Pin or read the Loyal Pin books, you have a similar dynamic going on between Pin, Anin, and Prick. However, you have power imbalances because Anin's a princess, and that would be Key in this story. Who Key is wealthy. There is a wealth disparity between Key and Pac, the way there was between Anin and Prick, but Prick was Anin's employee, and so it made it weird if you really think about it. Where like she's obligated to do whatever the hell Anin wants, regardless of whether or not they're friends. So like that was weird that they actually had that going on, and it was like. Whereas Key and Pac, like, I don't know that it's super evident in the series, but it's kind of subtle. But like they did, like Key comes from wealth, and then Pac doesn't. But that never ever comes up in their friendship.
No,
ever. The closest thing is like Key gifting a house to Pac. That's the closest thing to like I have money and you don't. Like not that but that's kind of what's going on. Never. That there was never any kind of imbalance between them ever. And I like that. They had a like it's the same dynamic as the loyal pin, but like it's a way healthier
They're
version
on
of it.
more equal footing.
Correct. Well, financially they're not, but it's literally never comes up, like ever.
Yeah.
And I like that. It's like Key never has power over Pac. They're straight up codependent. They're just codependent.
She's never like, I'll pay you to help me get.
Well, like Key doesn't boss Pac around or like
No, it's the other way around.
The other way around. Like, yeah, no, and I enjoy that they're dynamic like that.
Oh, the Pocky Gang. Just and their shenanigans with the binoculars trying to
that was in the show specifically. The binocular thing was really funny. I guess we can talk about their specific scenes. Okay, then we have Pac's sexy time talk with Key in the nail salon. That was insane.
That was an addition. Oh my god, we were not ready for that.
We were not ready for that scene. That was purely Idol Factory. That was fucking hilarious. He was so. I like the way the nail salon employees are just like going with it. Poor Key. That was been humiliating.
Yeah, but I love how like the actors like literally went all in on it.
Went all in. They did such a good job. That scene was so funny. I like that it kept coming up. Like they kept doing callbacks to that.
Yeah, like just in case you
forgot,
you will never be able to forget this moment.
No, I love especially that at the end they're like, "I love you, Pheem" montage. They had that in. They put that in there. Which it's only a Key memory. So it's not a Pheem memory.
Was that in theirs? I thought that was in the Pocky.
Oh, was there a Pocky montage? There's a bunch of montages. I'm sorry. That's hilarious. That montage was so funny.
Like, yeah, I loved
here.
Both montages. So I actually really liked.
Yes,
the Pocky montage, just all the time seeing like that's how you really see the overarching relationship that's integral to the story with that montage. Like I love that they gave both of them montages because that makes the relationships equal. Like platonic relationships are just as important as your romantic ones.
Correct. Yes.
It's so good.
Yeah, I normally don't like last episode montages.
Oh, I hate them.
I hate them, but I think theirs worked. Both of them were great, and they worked. I like Key and Pheem's specifically. I really like theirs. It was because something that they did do well is in the novel. This is not a spoiler, but Monma, when she wrote volume 1 and then wrote volume 2, she does a lot of callbacks to volume 1 in volume 2, like when Key and Pheem are adults, and a lot of times they're reverse parallel kind of things where like one character kind of like displayed this behavior as a child, and then when they grow up they kind of like they grow and they have different personality traits, and then you have like the reverse scenario where the other character is not doing the thing, and they're very subtle. There's so many of them, and we pointed them out when we were talking about volume 2 specifically. And so what I like is that Idol Factory was doing all of that, but it's subtle and you don't realize it. And then when they put the montage out there, they had all these like parallel like scenes where like as a child, Pheem had her head on Key's shoulder because she was sad. Then they cut right next to when they're adults and doing it because she was scared. And it was like they have all these like little parallel moments, and they just kind of show you in the montage how like they never change. Like their dynamic, they do change. Their dynamic doesn't change. Like through this almost decade-long journey they go on. Actually, it is like kind of in total, it's like a decade from like when they meet to when they like get married, kind of thing. And like I just love that because like they were consciously. That's a really good subtle callback to the way the novel was written, and I really like that because those callbacks were all. It just enhanced their story, and I love Pheem and Key's story a lot. It is really, really good. And so I was just like, oh man, Idol Factory, you were paying attention. You did all these little things. And I love that. The montage, I thought, did a good job of highlighting that.
Yeah, the development team really like dove into that book.
Yeah, it's a great book.
Ripped it apart, was like piece by piece, we got to keep everything. I'm super, super impressed.
Yeah. No, that was really excellent. Speaking of Pock and Key, other thing that was added that was not in the novel is when Pock spontaneously kisses Key.
Oh my god, that caught us off guard.
And their reactions, like Key starts crying.
Oh,
that was my favorite
I'm
scene.
pretty sure someone told us that was improv.
Yeah, again, they embody those characters so well. Like, I'm not surprised by that. They are those characters. Like, they were made to play those roles. Like, it's like
He crying right
was the funniest fucking thing ever. Just like starts crying because I kissed her on the lips. That was so funny. That was perfect. That was absolutely perfect because that is exactly what Key and Pock would do. Pock would be like, "Let me just try." Oh God! Oh, the regret. Immediate regret. That was hilarious. That was so funny.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on, I froze. Okay, go ahead. Everything just refreshed. Yes, continue. Nope.
You've been frozen for me.
Mine keeps doing this. Just suddenly.
You're still here for me?
No, you're here for me too. I'm on the right internet.
I am here for you.
All right, try to keep going.
Mm.
Might have to use local recordings for this.
Yeah, I can.
No,
I feel like I'm struggling.
you're doing fine.
Do you have another thing?
Not about Pock and Key.
Okay. Pocky.
Talk about Pheem specifically. Pheem and her dad.
I might have something later if it's relevant, but I don't think I have anything right now.
Okay. All right. All right. So for characters, also Pheem, like I mentioned, I thought May did an outstanding job with Pheem. And one of the things I love about Somewhere Somehow period is Pheem and her father and the way that entire relationship unfolds. Because I love her dad in particular because I like his arc that I mean, to be fair to him, he's single parenting Pheem. Like they both they lose Pheem's mom. I forgot how old she was, but relatively young. So he's single parenting Pheem. And it's evident that he loves his daughter. And we get a lot of stories, particularly the Thai girl love genre, where we have a single parent who loves or not a single parent. We have parents that love their kids and do extreme shit because they love the kid and then end up damaging the kid by accident, Queendom, and many other things. Pluto. Any Child Flournoy novel. Like, it happens a lot, okay? However, what I like about Somewhere Somehow is that Pheem's dad in volume 2, and when we get to the second half, learns how, like, he realizes how much he fucked up, learns from it, reflects on it, and like tells Pheem those things. And he's like, "I'm so sorry I did this to you." Like, you know what I mean? And he like makes it up to Pheem in the end and is like, "I'm never gonna make this mistake again." Like, I like that he recognizes he made a mistake, learns from it, because that's real life. People are not perfect. People make mistakes. People have good intentions, and then it has a horrible outcome. And then it's like, okay, like, was the intention alone enough to like erase the bad outcome you had? Like, he loved Pheem so much, he was trying to like do what was best for her, but then he like psychologically damaged her and made her depressed for 7 years and like hurt Key. You know what I mean? It's like, did his love really make up for that? And a lot of stories are framed that way where it's like, "Oh, you loved me, I forgive you." But no, like, I like that he goes on a journey himself and then acknowledges his mistake and learns from it and like really spends the rest of his time making that up to Pheem. I thought that was great. I loved their father-daughter dynamic. It was messy because life is messy, but he was very human.
Oh,
Mama did a
most
great job writing this particular parent-daughter dynamic. It was so good. And I'm really it was one of the things we were worried about when Idol Factory was going to get this because they did some shenanigans with the oil pen and the father-daughter dynamic that I wasn't a fan of to create drama that didn't exist. They did not do that here. They left Pheem's dad the way Mama wrote him and like the changes they made were just like subtle because they were changing stuff in where they were located and stuff like that. But like, I love that they kept the like heart of that storyline because it's so good.
Yeah, we really
good.
did get to see his arc. Like he got his own arc, and we
fully
saw
fleshed
him
arc.
grow as a person. It wasn't flip overnight, Pluto.
Pluto the series, not Chow didn't even touch that family. Pluto this GMMP for some reason was like, he's good now, and it's like, what? No.
But Pheem's dad truly grew, like you said, and it was so
growth.
great to because you could see the love that he had for her.
Correct.
In the show. I mean, you can read it in the other, but like you can fully see exactly like all the emotions that he felt when he looked at her, and then everything with Key, and like once he starts accepting Key, and this is before even Key's with Pheem later.
Yeah, independently, just as an employee, he gains respect for her.
Yeah, I feel like she was his daughter before they even got back together. But can we like quickly touch on that last scene with the contracts? First of all, love the contracts. I just
yes, this was a change.
Yeah. So the last episode, the contracts came back, and that was something that we were super excited to see.
Yeah,
because we wanted the contracts to come back, and like,
which again, that was a change from the novel. The contracts never show up again in the novel. Yeah. So like, we're glad they brought him back to be like, Pheem, this was real. We really did do this contract thing. So I'm glad she got to see that.
And then they're like, oh, you fulfilled your deal, so we're gonna rip it up. It's void. The whole reason for the contract was that Pheem got her freedom of choice for the rest of her life. So does that mean she doesn't have freedom now?
Yeah, that was my question, but I think possible, but I think the reason they were ripping it up is because in the contract it said that like he could never talk to Pheem in exchange for Pheem's freedom. So I think that he's like, yeah, we broke that already. It's not like this is void anyway. Yeah. But I think it's more so the symbolic of the dad where he's like, I don't need this contract to not meddle in your life. I learned my lesson.
That's fair.
Kind of that thing. Would be. I think that is kind of what they were going for, and I really like that.
Yeah, like it's not like I'm bound to it. It's
right.
Yeah, because before that it was like kind of like a promise that he was keeping.
Right, because part of his character is like he doesn't go back on his word, and that's like what Herpes was banking on the whole time. He's like, you made a promise, and your promises are like legally binding. Like that's kind of how her dad treats his promises. My word is like law, kind of thing. But then he's like, but this is harming. This deal I made with your father is harming my daughter, and she means more to me than this promise I made. So I think that's kind of like a parallel to be like, Key, we made this deal, but I don't need this to stick to like respect my daughter's boundaries and respect your relationship. Like I already do. We don't need this kind of thing.
This was a father that literally would have let his company go to the ground so his daughter would be happy.
Right. Yeah, I know. Like, and that's what I like about Pheem and her dad, because like that love was always there. It was just like he was a single dad doing his best, you know, and like people, like parents are humans, parents make fucking mistakes. It's just, I love that we got to see him learn, acknowledge it, tell her that, and then really he changed his tune and did many, many things to show Pheem, I mean what I said. I respect you and your decisions. But like at the end, he still worries about her. Hence him being like, you keep coming home late. Kieran, fix that. Go marry her. Don't take her back, because if she comes back, she's gonna be sad. And like just fix it, Key. So again, like his love for Pheem did not change. It was just like he changed his behavior to be better for his daughter. And I love that about the way Monma wrote Pheem and her dad. I really love it because Key already had a perfect family. There was nothing to really enhance there. So I like that we got that journey with Pheem and her father.
And I just also love the fact that he's like, you promise you won't give her back?
So funny. First of all, okay, I really love the proposal. Whatever that was, like, the proposal parade, which oh my god, reading it, so not to bring up the novel, but like reading that in Key's brain in the novel is one of the
It's
funny.
hilarious.
It's hilarious.
Oh
I will not spoil it. You can go listen to our novel 2 review. It's the way Mama writes some stuff, where she throws you into scenes, are so funny, and that was one of them. I love the way she wrote it. It's funnier than the show.
Mama can be a very unhinged person.
She's so unhinged, and in the best way possible.
It's
a glorious,
the most amazing thing
She's
to read. I would love.
So
first of all, I
funny.
want to talk to Mama. Mama, if you happen to,
if you're here, ma'am, first of all, you're a legend. Second of all, please talk to us. We love you.
if you're watching this and you want to help us out and like just tweet Mama,
If you want to tweet at Mama to come
and
talk to us, that would help us out.
Yeah, we can even do a written interview.
Yeah,
we just want to.
I'd love to know how you got the special chapters at the end of this. Came from anyway. Any of that. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. Okay. Hopefully, we're enticing you to read the books because they are that good. Okay, so but the proposal, I love the way the actors who did Key's grandma and Pheem's dad acted that whole thing out, where they were doing the exchange, because it's serious but it's unserious, and it was so funny the way they were doing, because they're supposed to be the heads of the family doing this big business deal, because that's what marriage is, but it was so unhinged the way they were doing it, and it was so funny. Like, Key's grandma is such a dork. I just love it so much. She's so dorky.
The grandma. Oh, all right. Can we get into the grandmother a little bit?
I love her grandmother.
Because the scene in the last episode when she's like, "Why so slow?" and like she's bad mouthing
him on the phone. And he's like, "I'm here." She's like, "Let's just pretend you didn't hear any of that.
Let's say you did.
Let's say you did it. Continue. Let's keep going." It's so funny. Her grandmother's hilarious, and like their relationship was like always respected Key's grandmother, so it's really funny when he gets on the phone with her, and she's just this giant dork like Key. It's like so funny.
Right before that, Key comes barging into the room, leaves the room,
and oh shit! But no, this is important, and comes back. She's such an idiot. I love her so much. Again, Faye was made to play that character. She's hilarious. She was perfect for that.
That's why I just want
perfect. Perfect. It was so perfect.
They're truly perfect for it, and I just want to see it more. I literally, if you don't watch our reaction video to episode 13, I literally cried.
Yes.
Because first of all, just everything is so good, and I just did not want it to end.
Yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah, the phone just went off.
I know. Yeah, no, it was a really, really fantastic adaptation. I can't praise Idol Factory enough for how they did it. Okay, other characters. Let's talk about Tan.
Yeah.
I loved Hang as Tan. He was great.
Something they changed is that he met,
oh my god, Pock during her ogress sea ogress dance.
Like,
that
first
was
of all, did not see that coming.
But it makes sense. It does, for him to be like that's my person.
But like, was he following like her, or like how did he remember that?
How would you forget that?
I know, how would you forget?
How would you forget that?
Then you get the train scene where she's like literally like in front of him and like talking about how hot he is.
Well, he's probably nervous, and then he's like, I'm into her, she's great, and then here she is. She assumed he didn't speak Thai, and then she's speaking Thai, assuming he can't understand her, and so he's getting all these compliments out of his crush.
Yeah, sure.
So that was in the novel where Pock's like, "Oh shit, you heard all." It's so funny. But yeah, no, I like that change. I like that we got their proposal because that was different. And I love that it was unhinged because it was very them and very Monma style. I feel like that would be something Monma would write, where like they have an unhinged proposal.
Yeah.
Tan.
Was that like not in the, because I feel like that, was it not?
No.
I don't know. I guess it just seems so much like them that I'm like, oh, that's familiar.
No, that was good writing. That was not.
It was really good.
It was really funny.
The writing is just phenomenal.
Yeah, they did a great job.
Translate the book to screen.
Yes.
No notes.
No, they did a great job. I don't have any critiques on the series at all. I think they did a very good job. adapting it. The screenwriting was great. I said casting was perfect. Any changes that they made it was in the spirit of the novel, and they didn't do things to like cause more drama than there already was. Like they didn't do anything that felt out of character for anybody. This was a very, very good adaptation. Very good. And I really don't have any critiques for it. I thought everything was great.
And that's insane.
That is.
Because like we're people like there's always something like, so for me
There's always something.
the only critique that I would have, which is not a critique, it's just like something I would like to see in general, because that's how I saw it in my brain while reading, was in the last episode when Key gives Pac the house. The house was built.
Yeah,
the house was built.
The house was built. Mini spoiler.
Yeah, sorry.
And they did it with models.
Yeah.
In the show.
So, but it was like, it just felt special being in the place while I was reading it. And this one, you couldn't really get all the details.
But like, also,
it
makes sense because then I have to get another set. And,
like, yeah, whole other location, set.
They already did Japan. That was
way
the best.
too much.
Yeah,
it's like
much.
The money part of that would have been,
correct.
And logistically, it's
right.
too much.
It's too much.
Understand that. That's why. That's like, I would like to see it, but I can see it while reading it. That's the thing. Like,
yeah, no, it was great. I like the way I thought it worked. And then I like that you had, but then again, they elevated it by having the Pac's engaged and then the whole family's there because Pac is a part of that family. And then they go in the next room and then get to celebrate Pac's engagement. So I actually like it the way they did it in the show because it was more family oriented versus just being like a Key and Pac private moment. You got both. You got the Key and Pac private moment by the house models, and then you got the family celebrating Pac. So I like that. Like,
yeah, I do like that
because
you see that there are other people in her corner too that are rooting for her. That's not just Key,
right? No,
or Pheem.
Pac was a very much a part of Key's family.
The whole definitely was.
She was a part of their family. So I like that Pac got that with the changes that Idol Factory made. So like again, like any change they made, like it wasn't bad, and like where it was detrimental felt out of character. And like I said, when they made changes like that, they enhanced it by adding more stuff that was in the spirit of the source material. So it like it was good. Like I think that was great the way they elevated that. Yeah, we couldn't be in the houses, but like then we got this extra thing that I thought was very special and worked. So
they elevated everything.
Correct. Yeah. It was very in line with like what Mama wrote, like their changes. So like kudos to the screenwriters. Like was Mama screenwriting with you? Who knows? Like it was very in the spirit of
come
like,
talk to us.
The books. Yeah, it was really, really great. But Tan. So back to Tan. Thoughts on him?
He, first of all, Hang,
I think,
was very, very good as Tan. Because like the poor guy had to be like naked in the.
That was hilarious. Also, that was different. That was so funny. Pop wants to go see snakes, so she keeps going to communal bathhouses. Which is something I love about Pop. Pop shamelessly objectifies men. Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. Do it.
She is.
Do that reverse sexism stuff.
Yeah.
Good for you, Pop.
And she knows what she's into. Tan was just. I love that he was truly there for Pac.
And Key. He was there for everybody.
He was. He's good. He's the best guy we have.
He's one of the best. Yeah, he's one of the best male characters, I would say, in A Thai Girl Love specifically. But what I like about him is like he also has a good arc, and this comes from Manma, where he is there for Pheem, had feelings for Pheem, and then is like, okay, it's not going to happen. I see how happy she is with Key, and he lets her go and like stays friends with her.
Yes.
And Key, and you know what I mean? Like he also, same thing with the dad. He was another male character that was capable of changing their mind and like moving on and keeping healthy relationships with people.
Emphasis on healthy.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that we got like him just because he was rejected doesn't just go
right. Yeah. Like, and then you have Poon, who was a giant man baby, and I like that Pac called it out He's like, do you want to get on the ground and like beat the ground with your fists like a toddler? Because that's what you're doing right now. Who wrote that? Great job, because that's literally what he was doing. Great job.
Yeah, just again, no notes.
Also, but in the spirit of our Patreon members who were live stream watching it with us, in that scene where he shows up to crash the event, where the fuck were the security guards for 20 minutes? Because apparently they existed and did not intervene till the very end.
According to our Patreon members, they were in the back eating donuts.
But seriously, where were they?
No, yeah, like they were there. And like but
like at the beginning of that, they were like, we have explicit instructions to look for this guy and kick him out.
Yeah.
And then he shows up, has a 20-minute monologue.
Pheem's dad just letting it go on. You would think that Pheem's dad would just like stop and be like, dude, this is not the time.
No, like, why was that not stopped earlier? Because, like, yeah, they were specifically instructed to bar this one person, and then he gets there and gets on stage, gets a microphone. Like, it just went on for too long.
You would think that Pheem's dad would take them aside and be like, this is a private conversation.
Correct. Yeah, no, yeah, anyway. So that part felt weird a little. If I'm critiquing this show, that felt weird, but I like the way it ended, so I'm not super mad at it.
Oh my gosh, it ended beautifully.
When everybody throwing water at him, like, I'm not mad at it. It was weird because I was like, they're supposed to be on high alert for this one person, and here he is now on stage causing a scene.
I feel like Pac's like, if he comes, just let him go, because we have this whole plan set. And she's like, I want to show them how good I was at collecting evidence.
That was also a book change that was fucking hilarious, where they were undercover.
Oh my god,
that was really funny.
That's something that would keep Key busy, though.
Yeah.
Pac's like, all right, let's go, we're spying tonight. She's like, but I'm so sad. This will make you feel better.
No, Key would be really, if it was for Pheem, she would perk up and go do it. Yeah, that was funny.
It was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous.
So good.
It was so ridiculous.
That's for the show. It's so ridiculous, but it's so good.
And it's so good. It's ridiculous, and that makes it good.
It really does. And I love, okay, so with this is a little, sorry, Tan, but with the pilot, it was a great pilot, and they broke the fourth wall, and we were like, what is this show?
That was so funny.
And then we finally did get that fourth wall break with the grandma.
So
I was not expecting that.
No, that was great.
The grandma got some great stuff to work with.
She did. No, I loved Key's grandmother and what they gave her. That's a really good point. That was very funny.
I guess we should call her Granny, because that's what Key calls her. So Granny's great.
Granny's great.
I want to hug Granny. I was like, can you be my grandma too? You would probably get along with my grandmother, actually.
Probably.
I want to, it's just watching Key's family. I know we're going backwards, but it just makes you feel like you're part of their family. And it's just so special getting to watch it. Like this whole show is kind of like you're part of their family.
Yep.
And I wish these characters were surrounding me every single day, because could you imagine life if these characters were
chaos
demons? The
demons.
Shenanigans.
Well, you get to rewatch it and you get to read the book, so the characters will always be there.
Yes.
Yeah.
They will be.
They will be.
Somewhere, somehow.
Somewhere, somehow.
All right, but before we keep going with Somewhere Somehow, it's time to give shout outs to our Chaos crew on Patreon.
Woo! Yay!
All right, so our Big Gay Ride or Die tier members and above are Amix Monzone _multi, Ariel W, Danny, Erica LC, Here for It, Jasmine O, Jill L, Cassie M, Leona, Michelle G, Monet F, Moving Forward Leading, Nancy D, Natalia, Pooja S, and Wurjabachin. Woo! And our featured Big Gay supporter members for this episode are MTV, Frida, and Victoria S.
Yay! Thank you guys.
We're so happy to have you over with Chaos Crew, and everybody's whose name's on the screen. If you're listening, we have shout out graphic. Anyway, but Sorry. If you're not a Chaos Crew member, that's okay. Not everyone can be, and we totally understand. We just by watching and listening to this episode, you are supporting us, and we are forever grateful for that. You are letting us continue to bring queer content to people and you give us an outlet to share all of our thoughts that we just scream about together 24/7.
That's
basically.
right.
But if you can't join Patreon, don't worry about it. Come join the Discord where you can talk about this show and all the other Tiger Love queer media with us and a bunch of other people who love the same things. So find your people because that's where they are and have a good time.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. And let's get back to Somewhere Somehow.
Okay. Before we wrap up our section, I do want to talk about how Idol Factory did the Japan stuff, particularly with Tan and Pac, where Pac had to distract him. And I like the way they actually explicitly showed how Pac distracted Tan, not just with missing trains. Because I think in the novel, it was just like they missed their train.
Yes.
No, Pac did Pac took medication, like, just to keep up the ruse that her stomach was bothering her. And, like, the way she was, like, killing time in the bathroom and, like, making noises. And, like, and then this man stuck around.
Yes. Like full on diarrhea noises, and he's just like, "Yep, that's my woman.
That's mine." Again, their relationship was also really great. It was so funny. But yeah, the way Pac had to keep doing that was really fucking funny. And so I'm glad that they actually like showed us what they were doing while like Key was trying to like spend time with Pheem, basically. Like the lengths that Pac would go through for Key and Pheem.
Oh, she would
Amazing.
literally do anything.
That counts as literally doing anything. Yes, pretending to have diarrhea in front of your crush to save your best friends. Yeah, that was really fucking funny. I enjoyed that. I thought it was funny. I'm glad they added that.
I love like when he texts her like, "Do you have diarrhea or something like that?" She's like, and then like texting back, "No, dummy, just use your time wisely."
Yeah.
Something like that.
Such an idiot. Yeah, no, I love that. And I like that we got moments of her and like when Tan was like processing Pheem possibly getting back together with Key, because Key also, like, to be fair to him, he's like, that was my friend, I saw how heartbroken she was, and Key's the root cause of that. And then to see Pheem perk up when she's with Key and then be like, what if that happens again? And he was kind of like mourning all of that when he was like outside drinking, and then like Pac goes and joins it. Like, again, I'm glad that they got little moments together where we just got to see them kind of doing stuff. Okay. All right. But if you had to boil it down, what were your favorite moments from the show?
Pac.
Just Pac?
Pac. I mean, it's just no, the whole dynamics.
Yeah.
The dynamics of everybody. That's my favorite moment because they're so good.
I know, they're all so good.
The games at the college were really funny
Those
as well.
were funny. Yeah. No, they did a good job with that. I like that.
Yeah. Favorite moment. It's just so hard to pick. Nothing's coming to mind.
All right.
Because
I liked their going back to their childhood stuff. I liked there was one scene where we had Key and Pheem. We saw it in the montage where Key and Pheem were like crossing the street. It's not the first time they've done it. And Pheem was just like they're holding hands, and then Peem's just like dancing in front of Key, and like they're just like in their own little world, and there's like cars waiting to go, and they're just like taking their sweet ass time in the crosswalk because these two were just in their own little world when they were together. And I really liked that because I like that scene because it really encapsulated how Key and Pheem, like when they're together, really get just wrapped up in each other so much that the rest of the world doesn't exist, even though it's still going on around them. And that's one of the things I love about their relationship. Like, they're very good compliments, even when they were kids. And I like that that really shined through the entire time. I also absolutely love the movie theater, their movie theater date.
Oh yeah.
That was just cute. I love the whole date. The popcorn feeding scene, which I knew they were going to nail. Because these two actors, I've said this a million times, their strengths, not only were they perfectly cast for this show, but their strength as an acting pair is they're very good at like their anticipatory type of acting where they're just like they can stare at each other and like you just feel the tension. They're very good at doing that. Like that was probably the strength of My Marvelous Dream Is You, is the way they're able to do that. They're very good at it. And so like a lot of these scenes where they were just like in the will they won't they, can they just smush their heads together stage, a lot of that hinged on their ability to convey that as actors, and like that is their strength, like working together. They're both very good together at doing that. And I knew that scene was going to be really good because of them, and it was so funny. And the way like the rest of the movie theater gets annoyed with them, like it's just because they're in their own world and they forget that there's other people around them. And so there was even on their first date, which was really cute.
How about that basketball scene?
The basketball scene was great. Oh my god, no, that was funny to read. And then like just the way like I love that they won their basketball game, Key School, not because they're better than the other team, because the other team got really invested in the fact that
the lesbians
that were lesbianing in the auditorium or whatever. So fucking funny. And I like the way they executed it, where like the basketball team was like, I guess I'll just go score this point, because they're all watching me and Key in the corner.
No one's stopping the game, so basket.
It was so funny. And that was really funny the way that went down. I agree. That was really funny. I love that. And then I loved like the stuff at the bar, the dog eating the puke thing, and they won the bottle of liquor. I'm glad they kept that, because that was really fucking funny. That was a good scene.
Let's talk about something that they went extreme on.
What?
Yumi.
I loved Yumi. I like how they did Yumi. I thought that was great. That was clear. Oh my god, the way her noises that she got, and the way they would have her. Good job on that actor, where she ran like breasts first. Like the actor did a very good job of playing like the bimbo character. I respect to Yumi. I love Yumi. Nobody told her to not flirt with Key, first of all, so it's not her fault.
But it was just like not professional at all for
nobody's professional at this job. I agree. It's not professional, but like nobody corrects her. Like nobody corrects this woman. Not even Key.
That's true.
Not even Key, because Key's an idiot. Key freezes.
Yeah, Key would not do anything.
Correct. Key didn't do anything, and nobody told her stop.
Pheem wasn't like stop touching her.
Right. I'm not surprised that Pheem, the VP, wasn't like, we're at work. Well, also, she has no room to talk, because her and Key are constantly like making out at work. So like nobody's professional at this job. So you can't just like blame it on Yumi. Apparently that's the work culture at Pheem's company, is like, I guess PDA is tolerated because they were doing it too. So you can't get mad at Yumi, because like literally nobody says anything to her and tells her to stop.
It's true.
But I like her. I thought the actor did an awesome job.
Oh no, she killed it. Literally everyone killed it, but
yes. So fucking funny.
She embraced her character.
Oh god, she nailed it. She was fan-fucking-tastic as Yumi. I thought she was really funny.
What I did not like was, what was that other character's name?
Oh my god, was it Sai?
Yeah, Sai.
Yeah, that's right. They changed Sai's character and made me hate her.
Yeah, she was terrible. That was the one. Okay, that's the one thing.
Get into that, please. Ooh, yeah, that is the one thing I
blocked her out of my head, because I know we did not like. They made her so extreme in the way that she was trying to
get Key. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that. I blocked that out of my memory. Yeah, I didn't like that change. But also, like, I don't really care about Sai. So if they wanted to make her the villain, that's fine. And then she like disappears after that. But yeah, they made her more extreme as a character, and I didn't like that. Yeah,
she was not a great person in this show.
But also like,
but I'm glad that they didn't like try adding her later.
No.
That would have been terrible.
No, I like the fact that like in the story, and this is true to what Mama wrote, like sometimes people you know in high school, you never see them again. And I like that, like, the high school people, you never see them again, because, like, that's realistic. Like, not everybody you meet in high school follows you forever. So, like, Sai, and then Key's mentor, her name's eluding me because of the T, I think. But they just fade away because, like, that's how life works. Like, Key and Pac go to college, they don't interact with, or not, they grow up, get jobs after college, never see these people again. That's life. So I like that we're not haunted by Sai. She doesn't happen to show up and, like, no, that she's gone. That was a high school college thing.
Could you
We've
imagine
moved
if she
on.
was randomly in the proposal parade?
No, not at all. But I like that. But then we get new people we meet as adults, like Yumi. Then we have a Yumi that shows up.
And then, but Yumi does not follow after Japan because it
No,
would
because
make no sense to.
right, it would make no sense. So yeah, I thought I like the way some characters just, like, they meet as part of life and then they fade away as part of life. I like that. I like that about this story.
It's real.
It's real, exactly. It made it feel real. So I did like that. I thought it was good.
Except Pac, because sometimes you make friends that will last a lifetime.
Also, shout out and just moment of appreciation to the actors, specifically Faye, who had to speak Thai, Japanese, and English in the show.
Yeah.
You killed it, girl. Great job.
So many languages.
So many languages. Well done.
Sometimes I can't even speak English, so.
Correct. So props to you for doing all of that. I know it's more common outside of the United States. Still,
Yes,
just like,
we're just-
great job. Great job. You killed it. All right, just final thoughts was that was an amazing television show. Absolutely loved it. Do you have a Taylor Swift song for Somewhere Somehow?
Shit. Jeez. You go first.
I don't know that I do either.
I forgot. How did I forget?
I might have written one down. Oh, we had them for the books.
What is a song for someone?
Oh, This Love. This Love is good. This Love is bad. Well, it's not a bad love. This love is back from. It's kind of like about, like, letting some, like, going through ups and downs with each other, which they did, like, in the beginning. This love is good. This love is bad, because, like, Pheem couldn't communicate her feelings properly because of the dad. So Pheem did a lot of lying to Key. Well, not lying by omission. Because of her dad. And so she hid stuff from Key, and then that caused issues. And then Key caused issues because she was bad at communicating her feelings. So, like, this love is good, this love is bad. And then they get separated because of the shenanigans. And then this love is back from the dead when they meet again. And then, but it's like, this love left a permanent mark. Like, this love is beautiful, we were meant to be, kind of thing. So I think This Love, that's probably one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs ever. It's such a great song for making edits to. And I think that song very much encapsulates Pheem and Key's journey, because it was a journey. And they were, I think I like the way they were, like, young and, like, not fully developed people. And then when they meet again, they are. And they talk and work through their stuff, especially with Pac being like, Pheem, are you really gonna hold all this shit against her forever? You guys wasted 7 years. Like, are you gonna waste more time? Like, or are you just gonna, like, talk to her and work through this? Because we can see from space how much you guys love each other. Yeah. And I like that scene from Pac is really great. And then, like, they do that. And so, like, I like the contrast of, like, young love when you're young and fucking stupid, and then mature love. They're still stupid, but, like, they've matured, and you see it in how they work through their relationship. And so I think This Love encapsulates their journey.
Mm-hmm. I got one for Pocky, and I got two, actually. So Pocky is I'm only me when I'm with you.
That's
because cute. They really did develop each other. Because Key made Pac better, Pac made Key better.
Agreed.
And then also Love Story, because
yes, for Tan and Tan and Pac. Love Story. No, it works for both the couples.
It's because, again, the dad was trying to keep him away. So
yeah, for sure.
But then later in the song, she's like, "I talked to your dad. Go pick out a white dress."
Yep.
Yeah. So.
And then he comes around and accepts them. Yeah. No, that's a good one too. Okay. So those are our Taylor Swift songs, and now we will wrap this up by reading your comments.
You have a big gay energy moment?
Oh shit! Yeah, a big gay energy moment. Big gay energy moment. Oh man, they didn't have this in the show. Okay, they did miss something that I loved, but
What is it?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But this is adjacent to it. So big gay energy moment is definitely key. Well, it's always just key, period. Sometimes key is too gay to function. And I love that about key. The moment that stands out to me the most is when they're on the outs, they reunited, they're in Japan, and Key goes to wake Pheem up because they got to go to work. And then Pheem shows up in her nightgown that's revealing. And Key's like, I'm not staring. I'm definitely not staring at your lacy bra. Like, no, I'm not doing that at all. And then I love in the show where she's like, she then like is like staring at Pheem's face scared, and then she looks down and she's like, but now I am. And she says it out loud. She's such an idiot. Like, I love Key. Just there are so many moments like this in this story where Key is just too gay to function, and it's so fucking funny. So like Key in general gets my big gay energy award, but like moments like that make me love her so much because she's such an idiot. Now I am. She's so funny.
The thing that came to my mind for big gay energy moment is when Key is, I believe she's sick, and Pheem's trying to give her a sponge bath, and she puts Pheem's hand on her breast.
That was so funny. He's such an idiot.
On purpose, and she's just looking at her, like knowing what she's doing. It was so funny.
Okay, wait, and then I have to give a big gay energy moment to Pac that's related. So when they're in Japan and Key and Pheem reunite, and then they're having breakfast, and then Pac is like trying to talk to them and insinuate that they had sex, which they did. But then Key is like, Pheem is pure of heart, and we were just holding hands. And like, this comes from the novel too, which is really funny. And then Pac's like, why are you guys wearing each other's clothes? and their clothes, I love the way they did it in the show because their clothes that they were wearing the night before are completely different. So how they fucked that up in the morning, I'll never know. Like, they must have been too gay to function, both of them, because their outfits were completely different, like one piece, two piece, like so different.
Yeah, it's like they just wanted to still be closer to each other, so wearing each other's clothes was just like,
well, no, or they weren't paying attention. Like, I think it's just the love bubble thing. But like the way Idol Factory was like read that in the book and we're like, we're gonna make this so ridiculous by giving them outfits that were complete. There's no way you could fuck this up, and they do, and it was so funny. It was great. So good job, Pop, for calling them out for being big gay idiots when they were trying to be like, we were just holding hands. So he's so stupid. I love how stupid Key is. I'm like, damn it. That was hilarious.
I love that lovable idiot.
They're so fucking funny. That scene was so good job, Pac, calling that for being big gay idiots. Also, Pac, other big gay energy moment is Pac we talked about Pac in the salon.
Yeah, that was my first thought. But I know we talked about, and then I was like,
I mean, that counts. That had a lot of big gay energy.
The big gay energy of her trying to teach Key sex.
That was so fucking funny. Yes.
And kiss her, because that was really ridiculous. Big gay energy.
That was so funny. Okay. Now, listener comments. So let's go to Patreon. Do you want me to start? Do you want to start?
You can start this time.
All right. So first comment is from Tashwana Seed, who writes, I love Somewhere Somehow because it's lighthearted and I just love the character of Key so much because sometimes I feel exactly like her because I am tight-lipped about things as well. That's true. Key, besides being a huge idiot, is very relatable when it comes to like expressing feelings are hard.
Yeah. And I love that you recognize that about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
It is.
All right. Our next one's from Q432. It's a perfect rom-com, absolutely hilarious. A comfort show. See, I can't even speak English. That nails it from the very first episode. Somewhere Somehow wraps you in a warm hug of humor and heart. The chemistry between the leads is simply electric. Watching Key and Pheem's journey from awkward school crushes to heartfelt confessions made me laugh, cringe, yes, and root for them at every step, but cringe in a good way.
Yes.
Key is the ultimate cool, emotionally clumsy genius. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
We need to talk about how was she so cool in school? Like, she was so dorky and everyone was in love with her.
No, we talked about this when we did the book. So basically, Key is tight-lipped, right? So she doesn't express her emotions a lot. So most of the time, to most people that don't interact with her, she's just quiet and like beautiful and
yeah,
like
she's not
elegant
herself.
looking on the outside. But then when you get to know her, which is literally just Pock, that's when she's being herself. And like in the novel, it's hard to understand that because you're in her head when she's having her idiot thoughts all the time. Yeah, that's why everybody's in love with her, because she's this stoic, cool, rich girl. She's like perfect and she's a genius, and like everybody wants to be her or date her or whatever. But then you get her alone and get her to open up, and she's a complete idiot. But yeah, she's one of those like geniuses with no social skills. Like, I do like that about her.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Q432 continues. I don't know how to say this. Her Sundir
I don't know. I'm not reading it.
personality hides a loyal soul that melts as the episodes go by. Pheem, on the other hand, is the sunshine of the series, dazzling with sincerity and strength, even though through endless mishaps. Watching, oh my gosh, watching their push and pull dynamic never got old. Pock, their best friend, deserves her own comedy spinoff. Please,
Yes,
my God,
begging
please
you.
give that to me.
Give Lucknam, let her star in something. I
Yes.
don't understand.
We're getting closer because
I
this was so much.
fucking hope
better.
so.
This was
Yes.
her best role yet.
Yes.
Her helpful quote advice is as ridiculous as it is endearing, and she drags Key into the most hilarious situations.
Yes.
Pocky Gang create a friendship dynamic that feels real and relatable. The banter, pranks, and moments of genuine support are pure joy to watch. I mean, this is me now. Them saying, "You're ugly. You're so ugly" at the end, when they're crying.
Idiots.
I love them. All right, anyway. FayMay and Looknum absolutely nailed their characters. It's been a delight to watch them bring the novel to life. May brought so much more depth to Pheem's character.
Yes.
Really loved all of them. If you ever need a serotonin boost delivered straight to your soul with a generous side of giggles, Somewhere Somehow is here to rescue you.
That was so good. Thank you for writing that.
Yeah.
Next, we have Zoriam, who writes, Somewhere Somehow is my favorite girl love of all time. Great choice. It's so funny, and Pheem's jealousy is my favorite thing to watch. Pheem is ridiculous. Yes. Also, the friendship between Pock and Key has to be one of the best friendships I've ever seen in a girl love. It's probably one of the best friendships, period, on screen.
Yes.
Definitely in girl loves. Absolutely.
But yeah, I think in general.
But in general, it's very good. It's up there.
Yeah. And then,
oh yeah, and then we had a response to Zoriam's comment. If you want to read that.
It's from Raina's Bliss. I second that. I really love when we get to see really good friendship groups or two-person gangs in their case.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, again, platonic friendships are important, to what Caitlin said. Next, we have Cassie M, who writes, To me, Somewhere Somehow is the perfect rom-com, and I love romantic comedies, though that genre seems to have fallen out of fashion in the last 20 years. The show is a very well-made and faithful, though not literal, adaptation of the source material. Faye got Key exactly right, both in the, quote, unwitting player and the, quote, clumsy and near incapable of communicating correctly sides of her character were matched by her performance. May improved on Pheem, making the character, which clearly played second fiddle in the books, more relatable and her plights more apparent. And Lucknam toned Pock a bit down, but remained wonderfully weird and slightly not safe for work.
Very not safe for work.
No, very much not. And was the perfect person to play another girl love sidekick after Gap. My Marvelous Dream Is You and The Loyal Pin. All the others, most of all Hang as would-be boyfriend to Pheem, Tan and Victor as Poon, played their parts very well. And I can't blame the production for the weather in Japan, but I am astonished how much material they got out of, what is that? Fair? Roughly 2 weeks of filming in near constant rain. Yes. Other girl love shows like Player, Poisonous Lover, Love Design dabbled in comedy, but only Somewhere Somehow embraced it fully and created the first girl love rom-com and one of the best girl love series of 2025. Oh, and the music, including Aphex? Lots of Thai hits of the last 2 decades was also used greatly. Yeah, and I think that's a nod to the novel because like music was a big part of the book because like when Key would have emotions, she would play music, and so she had these like associative songs with like Pheem and like certain things, and so like I think they did a good job of like having a soundtrack that felt natural in the series because like it was a big part of the book.
Mm-hmm. All right, so the next comment is short and sweet. White Cat 112 writes, Pheem's range. Oh no, Pheem's rage.
Pheem's rage. I love you, White Cat. That is a reason to love the show. Pheem explosions. That was great. Excuse me. Okay. Rain is Bliss has their own comment, and they write, I love parts of it and more of it later on when there were less roadblocks thrown their way, and we could focus on them moving forward with their relationship. Excuse me. I wanted more of the jokes to land, but at least to my sensibilities. I didn't feel all of the jokes worked, which surprised me as normally I find Faye naturally very funny, but maybe her strength is more in setting up her own verbal delivery and flirting with May than the slapstick style of comedy that Key performed. Nam played Pock normally, always hit the mark with her outrageous style of comedy, but I guess she had more practices with her role. Yeah, like Prick was very similar.
Mm-hmm.
It was still a good first attempt, and some of it did work. I just didn't laugh as much as I thought I would, given the potential of the setting and the book's promise. I loved your podcast on the books before the series came out, by the way, enough to buy and read the books myself. Yay!
We love that, first of all.
Books are so funny. Even if you, it's one of those books, like, even if you read, like, you watch the series, you will get stuff out of the book because you cannot convey Key's thoughts.
You cannot.
Accurate, like, in their totality in the series. You just cannot. And it's, I'm telling you, the way Manma writes some things are so fucking funny, the way she writes them.
Again, unhinged, man.
It's just unhinged. It's wonderful.
Amazing.
So funny. She's
all
unhinged.
Right. Our next comment is from Leona. Like the show for the humor, and it stuck close to the book, and I have a soft spot for FayMay.
That is all valid. Next, Ellie writes, I also have quite a soft spot for FayMay. These must have been Patreon comments.
Yeah.
And of course, anything with Nam in it is always a yes to try and watch. I agree. Here are random thoughts about why I love
more stuff. Here.
I can't wait. Love that we got to see beyond the leads getting together and that we get to follow them fully into adulthood. Yes. We get to see the transformations and growth of each character. The intro! I loved how it kept changing as they grew older.
That was really cool.
That was really clever.
But I love how Tan got a different intro and he wasn't even seen when they were younger.
I know, it's amazing. Well, I mean, they kept the intro people from when they were in high school that were like never, they don't show up again. Anyway. I also appreciate the show for trying so many new things to keep the comedy fresh, like the wasabi eating competition. Add to this the many creative and smooth transitions. Yes. Kudos also to the team for making the best out of the constant rain during their Japan filming. Yeah, I'm glad everybody else is also appreciating them for that because, like, oh my God, that's rough. Okay. With Pheem, her jealousy resulted in laugh out loud moments too. I feel like May elevated Pheem's character more in the series a lot. Those are facts. Lastly, I love that Pock and Key's friendship is truly at the heart of the series. Faye and Nam work really hard together as a comedic duo. Yeah, could not agree more.
Yeah, they're literally perfect together.
They work comedy very well together.
Love it. I just love it. Want to see more. All right. Our next comment is from Pooja S.
Woo!
All right, Pooja, let's see what we got. A rom-com we badly needed.
Yes.
You ain't kidding. After all the dramas we have watched and gone through this year, Somewhere Somehow was like a breath of fresh air. It was well acted, well written, and has raised the quality of shows Idol Factory can produce.
Yes.
Faye and May did such a great job. I was slightly disappointed by Dream Girl Love.
Yes.
Glad they made a great comeback.
I agree.
The show was hilarious. I haven't laughed this much since the Jealous Son episode in 23.5.
I'm sorry, that is a great episode. Those are facts, Pooja.
I must mention that show everywhere.
Yes. Sorry.
Pocky friendship was top tier, but highlight for me in this was Pheem. She was adorable and slightly ill-tempered, but adorably so. Please don't make her cry. My heart aches at the sight.
Oh my God, seriously. She's another one. She's like film and she cries like I feel it. And I'm like, oh, I'm uncomfortable. Why is she crying? Make her stop crying.
Yeah. And then Pooja is going to save us from earlier.
Always.
Oh, and Taylor Swift reference. It started with Ruin the Friendship.
Oh, that's a good one. Damn it.
Yeah. Damn, that's a really good one.
I had that one for Queendom. And I was like, but that also works here too. Ruin the Friendship, yeah. Let's raise energy.
Then Paper Rings. Then totally moved to the Tortured Poets department. The Prophecy is definitely in Pheem's playlist.
Ooh, valid. Oh, little melancholy Pheem. Yeah.
Japan was Ivy at times.
Yes.
They did end up on wish list though.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
Yeah, it is a
Damn
good
it,
one.
Pooja. Why are you so fucking good at this? I know, Pooja's so good at this.
Expert at this.
Seriously, you are an expert at this.
Pooja, you need to come here just to like. We need to do an episode with you just about like Taylor Swift in Thai Girl Love.
Pooja, if you're listening to this episode, what Taylor Swift song would you give to Tan and Pock? I'm just curious.
Yes.
And not for anybody out there, but Tan and Pock specifically. I would love to know.
Yes.
Anyway, okay. Thank you, Patreon. We appreciate you guys as always. And now we'll move over to our comments on YouTube. So, Caitlin.
Okay. I will take the first one. So the username is Axi Shayar, or we also looked into your YouTube channel, Nuranjali. And the name that I think we're supposed to use is Arma Chowdhury. So we're going to say Ma. I figured I'd just keep my...
Thank you for giving us pronunciation tips and how you wanted us to say your name. We appreciate that.
And I hope I just did that right with your... Because I can't really do the spelling out of the...
Phonetic spelling.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that. So I did my best again. Feel free to correct us again. We will keep trying.
We will.
All right. So they said, things I loved about this show is its lighthearted romance that makes your heart flutter one moment and make you laugh out loud the next.
Yes.
Faye and May's acting was superb, which was a nice surprise for me after My Marvelous Dream Is You. Though it had some of the same tropes that Thai Girl Loves have, its story was pretty good. I love slice of life type shows and books, and this one was right up my alley. Also, Pocky. Love that Num got her own romance for once, and her sacrifices and gestures were acknowledged so thoroughly by Key. Love the scene where Key gifts her the house. I was bawling right alongside Pock. I was
Caitlin.
Literally crying. Yeah. Very good show. I will watch it whenever I need some uplifting.
Yeah, that was all really valid. And to comment on the My Marvelous Dream Is You thing, if you haven't seen it, I feel like the actors all did a great job on that show. Like FayMay were very good. Luckman was in it. Hang was in it again. A lot of the same actors were there. I feel like the writing was fucked up on that show because like the pacing was not good. So it was a letdown for me because of how the story was paced. This story doesn't have that issue, but like credit where credit was due because like Idol Factory, I think they did a good job production wise on that show. Acting wise, it was good. The story had issues, like the way it was. And I didn't read the novel, so I have no idea if that's faithful to how Chow wrote it, but like the pacing was all kinds of weird. And it was like there was unnecessary drama in the last episode. And you're like, there's no way. It felt like fake because you're like, this has to get resolved because it's the last episode. And it was a mess. But anyway, all these actors did a good job in that show with what they were given. But this is a Manma story, and like she's a genius writer. So like you really, if you fuck it up, it's on you for fucking up a Manma story.
Yes.
Like you're given gold, and everybody did a great job. Okay. Then we have Mooned1522 on YouTube, who writes, I love the show because it is exactly what Girl Love World needs at the moment of its release. Yes, we need funny things. I agree. Slice of life and romantic comedy kind of story. Manma's good at that. Though it did feel lighthearted, the romance between the characters felt great. The trope of high school sweetheart turned into strangers to lovers again. Yeah. What a fun trope. Yeah. And it was such a beautiful story, in my opinion. Another thing I love of the show is it finally gives justice to FayMay's acting skills. Agreed. My Marvelous Dream Is You, their first series, is not giving much of what they could have delivered.
We are not advertising that show.
No, again, it had there's issues with the story, but I think the actors did a good job with what they were given. My favorite part is definitely the bond between Pock and Key. To have a friend like Pock is definitely a blessing. Yeah, agreed, 100%.
Mm-hmm. All right, the next one's from HKLM07. The entire series was incredible. Great acting, beautiful locations, impeccable script. I loved and still love Somewhere Somehow. In my opinion, the best girl love of the year. And my second favorite would be Pheem's stubbornness when Key tried to win her back. Their back and forth felt realistic, and the intimacy between them when Pheem actually forgives Key, it all feels earned and just cute in many ways.
Agreed. Ah, that's so true. I just love the way their story unfolds. And I enjoy the fact that there's drama, but it's not like dragged out. Like, because the pilot, they're like, we must have drama scenes, but like made it seem like there's not going to be many. And there really weren't. Like, there's drama, but you don't sit in the heartbreak. Like, they really keep moving and you work through it, which I enjoy.
Mhm.
All right. Thank you, YouTube. Now we're going to move over to Instagram, starting with NerdLife0789, who writes, such a better show featuring FayMay, considering the poor writing for My Marvelous Dream Is You. Yeah, 100%. That's what I keep saying.
That's just the consistency.
It was poor. There was issues with that script.
All right. The next one is from vegetables _ FayMay and romantic plot aside, I love Somewhere Somehow because it's hilarious, goofy, and unserious.
Yes.
Every episode of the show had me laughing out loud, but I want to give a special shout out to Looknum for being the best comedian on the show. Her over-the-top physical comedy with her wild ass lines delivered perfectly.
Yes.
I love her
Yes,
lines.
yes.
She got so much to work with.
She
and
did.
She killed it.
She did. I'm glad they didn't make. I was worried Idol Factory was gonna like tone down the Pock scenes, like as in give us less, and they didn't. And good choice.
I was worried they were gonna mess up the whole thing.
All right. Then last from Insta is music_lover_writer. This show is hilarious, endearing, romantic, and filled with teenage angst. It's so underrated. I lived it and loved it. Agreed.
Yep. All right. Now we're heading over to Twitter.
All right, Twitter, what you got?
So Curious Shadow says, good storyline, good writing, excellent artistic direction. Yes.
Yes.
Beautiful cinematography and location.
Mhm.
Good character development, not only the couple.
Yes.
Correct. Which make the story more immersive. Incredible pair. Never seen that type of natural chemistry in another pair. Mind blowing.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of just praise for FayMay in these comments from Twitter. Going next to FayMay Germany, who writes, Faye and May have that kind of on-screen connection where even the tiniest looks feel loaded. I agree. That is their strength as actors. They can communicate with their eyes and make you feel the tension. They do it better than anybody. The intimacy feels natural, not forced, and that's super rare. The show doesn't go for over-the-top drama just to stir things up. Yes, it leans into quiet, tender moments, little misunderstandings, slow burn warmth. It's comforting in a way that still hits emotionally. Somewhere Somehow goes extra with its lighting, scenery, and color palette. Everything feels dreamy but not fake. Yes, that's such a good point. Both Key and Pheem are written with flaws, insecurities, and growth that makes you root for them. Their personalities balance each other in a way that feels believable. It's queer without feeling like a lecture or a stereotype checklist. Oh, yes. The relationship just exists and is treated with warmth and respect. No notes. That was great.
Yep.
Thank you.
I also want to give a shout out to all of you who commented because you're bringing up the production elements to it and giving respect to the crew who's worked on these shows.
Correct.
And I am just very grateful that people are noticing that it's not just these actors that are making the show great. All right. So the next comment is from Fatima. The main character's chemistry is powerful in the series. Supporting actors and actresses wise have played their roles very well. Choice of songs, the flashback scenes, transitions, story, camera angles are top notch. It is such a quality series that is worth repeating.
Again, yeah, all of that. Yeah, it makes it unique. I like that you brought up rewatchability because that's so true. Okay, next Twitter user is FayMay, red heart emoji, blue heart emoji, Ale, and then the Ecuador flag emoji. This series is not only strong in its romance and the message that when you truly love someone, you're willing to sacrifice so that the other person can be happy and free, but it also shows the value of friendship and what it means to be a real friend. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, yeah. Oh yeah, other thing that I love about the story, thank you for bringing that up, is I love there's a scene with Pock where she kind of explains this to Pheem. It comes straight from the novel, but one of the things I like about Key and Pheem in particular and their story is the way they have those opposite love languages where Pheem, the reason they end up in the fuckery they end up in when they're kids is because Pheem, when she loves so fiercely she won't let go, kind of thing. And that's how she shows somebody she loves them. That's why she was willing to like get engaged so that she could keep Key to herself and like keep that happiness that she finally found. Versus Key, and then she can't understand what Key did. And so Pac brings it up when they're in Japan, and she's like, if your love language is to hold on, Key's is to let go. And like Key's love language was letting Pheem go. And that's why Key was willing to go to the extreme and make the deal with her dad to be like, I will let her go and let her do it so she can be free ultimately. And I love that about their relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
All right, next comments from August flower emoji. Reasons why I love Somewhere Somehow is infinite, but with Dam's edit, it will help sum up. It's a beautiful love story, and to quote Bukowski, their journey was, I want to be with you. It is as simple and as complicated as that.
And if you find our original Twitter thread, there is a edit video attached to this, which we're not going to describe because go watch it.
Yep, go do it.
Next, we have iMac, who writes, more than just a show, it's an experience. With stunning cinematography and visuals, natural chemistry between the leads, perfect background music, the best friendship in the entire universe, Pocky Gang, long and fulfilling episodes, a touch of every genre, and peak character development, it's pure comfort with no toxicity, except herpes. But yeah, fuck that guy.
I like to forget about him.
Same.
Then he keeps coming back.
I know, just like herpes.
Yep. All right, next comments from Ozone. It's a story that feels so inclusive. You will feel like you are with them along their journey, the pain, the growth, the flaws, and the reconciliation. It doesn't have any unnecessary redemption arc, and the story flows like a fluid. Key Pheem have the most beautiful love story.
I agree. I love their story. All right, then we have D.A.M.
Damn.
Yep. The nostalgia I felt, especially in the first episode, hits hard. Also, it's like being on a journey with them. Mm-hmm. You're not just watching, but you're living and feeling all the emotions they've felt. It tackles every kind of relationship. Mm-hmm. The ups and downs, and also cinematography in all caps. Yeah, I couldn't agree more with that.
Yes, it is beautiful.
It's beautiful. And I agree that it's every kind of relationship, which I think is unique. A lot of girl loves don't get into that, and a lot of stories don't, period. So yeah, agree. Good point.
Next comment is from Pang Pangja. There's a lot of A's. I think it's very relatable for everyone with hints of everything. The casts are also incredible. They are really those characters. Also, the cinematography is superb. I honestly think it is one of those girl love that everyone should not miss.
Yeah, this should be on like required watching list.
Yeah.
Okay, then we have Blackpink and Thai Girl Love Domination. I love how the series followed the novel and added more flavor into it. Aside from Key and Pheem's love story, the friendship of Pocky Gang was also admirable. The series showed that true love can wait and knew how to forgive. Yes, forgiveness was a really big part of the story. That's a good point. It was really good the way they did it.
Mm-hmm. Next is from It's Last. To be honest, they give me comfort. FayMay's presence as a couple feels so warm. It's the best rom-com girl love series for me.
Agreed. Next, we have Mariana, who writes, it was a great story that touched my heart because it made me understand the meaning of family, friendship, and love. And it was also very well developed from school, university, and work. We have all of that until the problems that we teenagers have. Yeah, I like that it went beyond like the puppy love stage. Like they had a full-fledged, they went, again, we went on the journey with them throughout their entire relationship in all of its forms.
We did.
All
right. Next is from Vinya. Somewhere Somehow is one of a relaxing show that there is no, wait, hold on. Somewhere Somehow is one. Okay, there is not too much drama. It is filled with comedy, romance, and it teaches the value of friendship and relationships. I never missed a single episode on when it premiered because every episode was so good. There was no boring episodes, and FayMay did a good job.
Yeah, there were no boring episodes. I agree with that. They used their time wisely.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we have Barbara. There's so much to love about Somewhere Somehow. The cinematography is beautiful. The music really complements the scenes and doesn't distract from it. And the characters are three-dimensional. Both Faye and May did such a wonderful job of showing their respective characters grow throughout their different phases of life. Their chemistry is fire, and they have the yearning down to a science at this point. Yes, they went to the schools of urinalism, the two of them. They have degrees in urinalism because they can do it so well. Honestly, like Look Me and Sonia, the other team that does it really well. These two, yeah, they teach that class. Okay. The characters were beautifully flawed, and we got to see how they grew over time to learn from their mistakes. It showed how important true friendship is and had the best supportive friendship I've seen in a long time. Lucknam and Faye were hilarious and did such a wonderful job in portraying the friendship. The comedy and drama was well balanced, and every scene felt purposeful, parentheses, excluding the obligatory ads. Listen, we finally got a father figure who learned from his mistakes and genuinely grew as a character as well. Yes, there were some editing issues towards the later episodes, but overall, it's such a great show that highlights amazing relationships. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, next is from Leanne H. Somewhere Somehow was redemption for FayMay.
Again, they were not bad in Somewhere Somehow. I know. My Marvelous Dream Is You. My Marvelous Dream Is You had writing problems, not acting problems.
The acting was fantastic. The plotting all made sense. The show was paced so well, and the story developed so. And as the story developed, so did the characters. Nothing felt wasted or filler. And though there were sad moments, May is a great crier. I laughed a lot.
Again, yeah. No, May is a powerful crier. She's so good at it. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't, they didn't have excessive Pheem crying. This wasn't only you.
Yes. She did not cry in every episode.
No, she did not. Pheem in the series had a full range of emotions. Which, again, I agree with all the comments that said that Pheem was elevated in the show because she really was. All right, next we have Kim17 who writes, simple. It's FayMay's couple with the best chemistry. Yep. Again, just shouting out to FayMay is basically the comment.
Yep. And our last comment is from X Delgado. A very complete series. It takes you through all the emotions and stages of a love and also celebrates true friendship.
Yep.
That sums everything up.
It really, really does. So thank you all again for writing in your amazing comments and sharing with us why you love this series. As somebody pointed out, this has a great deal of rewatchability. So we have this show and these novels now forever that we can just watch again and relive again because it really is. I would never get tired of this particular story. It's so good.
It's so good.
It's so, so good.
I really want to read the books now.
Yeah, I'm going to read them again. Honestly, they're that good. So if you didn't get a chance to say why you love these series, if there's something we didn't cover that you wanted to highlight, because there's a lot to love about it, please leave a comment below. Like Caitlin said, come to the Discord and talk about it. But let us know why you love this series, and hopefully we will get some other rom-coms. I mean, if you like this, check out Queendom. Queendom was another rom-com.
Yeah, that was really good.
It was so good. So fucking cute. Anyway, just a plug for Queendom. So until next time, we'll be back next time FayMay does something again, because there's no way Idol Factory is not giving them something. And we're manifesting that Lucknam will get her own show, maybe with Hang, because they were fucking funny. And I hope it's a comedy, because like they were so funny together. So put that out to the universe, because that will make us happy. And until next time, hydrate for lesbian Jesus.
And gay it up all over the place. Bye.
And with that, we've been Big Gay Energy. If you like this episode, check out all our other episodes right here on YouTube.
Please like, leave a comment below, and subscribe for more amazing super gay content.